Community. It's been a while since we've done one of these live stream events, but here we are today. And what we're talking about today is the up and coming BusComm Roadshows, which we're going to talk a little bit about with Roger. So first of all, if I can just let Roger introduce himself to the world or whoever's listening. Roger, the floor's yours.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for inviting me along to this live stream. So, yes, I'm Roger Eddowes. I'm in a privileged position of owning and running a small accountancy practice in Milton Keynes, although we do have clients all over the country, and not just in Milton Keynes, ranging from the Isle of Wight up to Edinburgh. And we're also known as the business godparents, because we like to be that trusted advisor to our clients so they know who to turn to and in troubled times as well as the good times, I suppose, wanting advice. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell, I think.
Okay, perfect. So you've been a member of the business community for a number of years. I probably could have checked this, but I didn't, because I know you originally got involved in the Milton Keynes event that we launched a few years back. So you just want to tell us a little bit about your experience of being involved in the business community, what you like about it, and just sort of share your experience, really.
Well, I suppose, and I'm probably a lot of you who are watching this at the moment are all business owners, and although you might employ a few people, being that business owner can still be a lonely position. And what I find very, very useful for my own sanity and all other things is to be able to speak to like-minded people and share experiences, problems and issues, and get that trusted circle around you so you know you've got that support when you might yourself go through a tricky period in your thing, or even in the good times. And the more you help each other, the more you get out of it, as well as your fellow colleagues, and the cogs of business just keep churning.
Yeah. And is there anything particularly about the format of how we do things, or the people that attend, that you prefer versus any other networking that you may do?
First of all, I find everyone in the room very approachable and friendly. We're all sort of like-minded, and it's a fairly relaxed atmosphere to start with. Yes, we have the formal bit where we all introduce ourselves for, was it 45 seconds or minutes? I can't remember, Paul, now.
Yeah, they're about 45 seconds, yeah.
I usually go over anyway and get binged for, But what I do like, though, is being able to we have a sort of a 10-minute slot where we actually paired up with other members of the group, which gives that a little bit more time just to spend with someone that perhaps you wouldn't have necessarily gone up to and talked to in the room, or made a one-to-one outside the group. So it does enable, and that changes every week or every fortnight that the meeting goes on. So you're not always paired up with the same person. So it does give you that opportunity just to spend 10 concise quality minutes with another like-minded person. And it's amazing what you can learn in those 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the way the agenda has been put together is really just to be as engaging and interactive as possible. So a lot of networking events that people might attend, once you've done your 45 seconds, that's pretty much it, game over, and the rest of the meeting sort of at you. And, with one of the elements you've described and some of the other elements, I guess is that the only unique thing we do is we have a monthly video, which we send out in advance, that opens up the floor for discussion. And then we have the one-to-ones, as you mentioned. We do have an option for a hot seat. So if anybody's got a business issue, they can bring that to the assembled brain trust. And then we sort of wrap the meeting up with acknowledgements. If anybody has anything to say by way of thanks for support or thanks for a business opportunity. None of these are a have to. There's no formula to it. There's no rigid structure or anything like that. There is an agenda, but it's quite a welcoming environment. So I think that's how you found it, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely, and it's sort of fairly relaxed. And as you say, it's fairly flexible, the structure. Sometimes we deviate, but at least we then get back on track. And as you say, actually, another important aspect of meeting, as you say, is having these topics where we do have a video that we can watch beforehand, and the subject might be finance or something, or cash flow or something. It's quite interesting to learn. I might have an opinion, being an accountant, what you do with cash flows, but someone in a totally different profession, for example, might have a different viewpoint. And it's actually, it gets a bit of debate going and a bit of engagement. So
Yeah, I think that's the idea. You know, it's an opportunity to look at a topic that hopefully affects most small business owners. You know, you picked on cash flow, which does impact business owners on a daily basis. But also, you know, we look at different pillars of business, be it sales, marketing, operations, resources. So pretty much cover the remit. And it's an opportunity for anybody that is an expert in that particular field to start, you know, showing their expertise and raising their profile, but also for people to learn as well. So I think one thing we've tried to do is have it be a blend of social, business, and education. So you've got all that mixed into the meeting on an ongoing basis. So yeah, so you've kindly agreed to be one of the guest speakers at the Roadshow. So if I just pop up now where they actually are. So what we're doing, we are calling it a roadshow. We are going to some new venues. We're focusing on sort of existing venues as well. So the new venues are sort of like Leicester and Wellingborough, where we haven't had and Daventry, of course, where we've historically had a presence but aren't currently. So we're just sort of going to bring the love to those towns, and then also we're going to have focus days on the existing meetings in Northampton Evening, and Milton Keynes. So, Roger, you're a star turn at the evening meeting. What are you going to be?
Northampton, I think, aren't I? Yes.
Yeah. What are you going to be talking about there?
Oh, well, I'm probably not going to come up in fancy dress as Noel Edmonds, but it's claim or no claim.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So I go open my box up, and will you claim it or will you not claim it?
Yeah. So the suspense is killing us already. So yeah, the idea is to have a couple of guest speakers. We normally only have one, but I think people nowadays are quite keen to, you know, learn stuff. So we've got a range of speakers. You're appearing with Eleanor Lester from Shrewd PR, who's a PR expert, as the name would suggest. But we've got other range of speakers covering various aspects of sales, marketing, and operations and resources. So you've got a QR code up on the screen at the moment. I'll put the link in the ticker tape as well, just in case your QR code doesn't work. There are some early bird tickets for these events. They're all in September. So do make sure that you get your ticket. They're only a tenner. That includes a sort of like breakfast if relevant, or a buffet if it's outside of the breakfast time. So yeah, please do come along and give us a try. See what you think about our flavour of networking. Anything you want to add, Roger?
No, you must give it a try. Well, what I would say is that I wasn't a great networker to start with, and I would say BusComm's given me that confidence. I don't like going into a big room. I'm, you know, shy retiring accountant, obviously, into a big room of 100 or 50, 200 people networking, all important bank managers and things like that. This is not what you'll find at BusComm. You'll find it relaxed and you'll be able to build those relationships. So
yeah, the feedback I get from people that are new to networking is they do find it a very friendly and welcoming environment. Because, as you said, you know, it can sort of be quite anxious rocking up to a room full of strangers. But like I say, we've got some people that are well-established networkers, and they're well versed at nurturing newbies. So if you're watching this or listening to this either live or on replay, then you know, don't be nervous. Do give it a chance and come along and meet some other business owners. I think you'll be surprised how beneficial it is. So I'll leave it at that. So thanks for tuning in, whether you're listening live or on a replay. And if you want to put any comments on the various social media platforms where you're watching this, then we'll be happy to sort of answer any questions. And thanks for your time today, Roger.